Joining me right now is Kansas Senator, Senate Energy Committee and Small Business Committee member Roger Marshall. Senator, it's good to see you. Thanks very much. I know you're planning to visit the border when the Title 42 policy is set to be reversed by this administration. First, give us your sense of what you heard there yesterday from Alejandro Mayorkas.
Yeah, good morning, Maria. It's a countdown 25 days until May 23rd. So this DHS secretary has lost confidence from the American people. When I go back to Kansas, people's number 1 and 2 concerns are inflation and their safety and security. If he's calling the border effectively managed, then we have the wrong person in place. Either he wants this crisis or he's incompetent. Under his president, over 3 million people have been apprehended at the border and 6 tons of fentanyl have been seized. Based upon my visits to the border, 3 times that number of people, 3 times that amount of narcotics have crossed the border illegally as well. We have a crisis at the border, and they want this crisis.
Yeah, I mean, when I went to the border a couple of times ago and I spoke with ranch owners, they said every night their ranches are trashed. Every night they know that strangers have been on their homes. One woman told me she cannot even throw out the trash without carrying her pistol. And yet, you know, this is video of it right there. It was October in Del Rio. And yet he says he's offended by the questioning yesterday. I mean, does he not consider how these people feel and whether or not they're offended and whether or not the people who've actually lost lives to illegals in this country are feeling today? Does he not recognize the impact that his policies are having?
Right, Marie. And again, I go back that he wants this crisis, but this is why I'm taking 6 sheriffs from Kansas to the border with me in a couple of weeks as we approach May 23rd. Kansas is starting to feel like a border state right now. Just yesterday, I learned of a boy I delivered 15 years ago overdosed from fentanyl and died. In Kansas, over the past 3 months, 2,500 people have overdosed as well. This fentanyl is a crisis, and this open border is the #1 most immediate national security threat to our nation right now.
Yeah, and meanwhile, it's continuing every day. We have exclusive video here. The Texas Department of Public Safety arresting a U.S. citizen trying to smuggle 3 Chinese citizens across the southern border earlier this week. This exclusive video is important because we know that the fentanyl is being made in China, and you've got 3 individuals here. They only speak Mandarin, and they're literally trafficking these drugs. Let's take a listen to this. Watch.
What country?
Country.
Country?
No.
What country? China?
No.
Korea?
No.
Which one?
I don't know English.
What's he know?
What language do you speak?
Mandarin?
Chinese?
Espanol?
Chinese.
Chinese?
Okay, wow.
Okay.
All right.
So here you go. We got the video with the border agents arresting these 3. They were smuggling in narcotics, Senator. Have you heard President Biden, react to the massive amounts of fentanyl that are killing American citizens that are coming through Mexico and being made in China into America?
Yeah, Maria, the president's silence is deafening, right? And you're absolutely right. 90% of the precursors of fentanyl are made in China. They bring them over to Mexico. China even has pharmacists now in China working with the cartel, making the final mixture, selling it across or sneaking it across the state lines. Again, going back to my home of Kansas, very recently a traffic stop found a person with 7,000 fentanyl pills. This epidemic, this is the true epidemic of America right now, is the fentanyl overdoses going on. 1 teaspoon of fentanyl could kill 1,000 to 2,000 people.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look at this front page story Look at this front page story from this past Sunday's Kansas City Star. It was about the deadly fentanyl that's coming from Mexico, killing kids in your state, Senator.
Yeah, Maria, it is just such a tragedy. Again, these are the children that I've been delivering over the past 25 years of my life. They're now reaching just the prime of their life, and they're dying. What kids need to realize is you could take maybe a half of one of these tablets and it can kill you. Please, kids, stop taking the fentanyl. It is so dangerous. It's going to make you stop breathing. One fentanyl tablet would be equal to maybe 15 or 20 Percocet tablets. So please stop taking the fentanyl. And please, Mr. President, stop the fentanyl from crossing the border. Again, 6 tons have been apprehended at the border. Maybe 3 times that amount have crossed the border. We've got to stop the floodgates.
Senator, if I'm reading this right, people are not taking the fentanyl on purpose, right? I mean, I know you're saying stop taking the fentanyl, but they're lacing fentanyl on commonly used drugs. So it's not, people are not taking the fentanyl. They don't know it's fentanyl. Isn't that right?
Yeah. Yeah, that as well. So they are able to combine it with other drugs. So you're absolutely right. You don't know what you're taking. These are accidental overdoses any way you look at it.
That's exactly right. All right, Senator, good to see you this morning. Thanks very much. Roger Marshall joining us this morning in Kansas, where every state is a border state, given this massive amount of illicit narcotics coming in. We'll be right back.